All right, we're back with the Fox News Alert. New video. Let's look at it together. In from the Wagner chief leaving Russia. Was off Telegram. He retreats with his forces. He was greeted there unopposed into that major military base that was supplying most of the war effort in Ukraine. He took it and he's leaving it as part of a deal. He exits. Joining us now to weigh in is former Deputy National Security Advisor under President Trump, KT McFarland. KT, the deal was he goes to Belarus. The Wagner Group gets folded into regular Russia. Is that the way you see this actually ending?
No, I think we're just at the beginning. I don't think we're at the end of anything. You know, if you're going to go after a dictator, you're going to go after the king, and you wound him, but you don't kill him, then you're probably in pretty big trouble. I don't see how Putin can let this stand. You know, he can't let the Wagner Group go home and say, well, you know, we made a mistake. We really didn't mean this, and so everybody's going to go back to the way it was. Putin is now in a position where he's got to look strong, and he doesn't look strong right now. It looks like he had a coup attempt against him. He won, or at least for now, but he's now got to look tough and strong. Where does he look tough and strong? He's going to want to look tough and strong in Ukraine. But who's fighting Ukraine for him? It's the Wagner Group. So Putin is in this weird position of he cannot appear to be strong and weak at home and weak abroad. That's when he gets. He's losing everywhere. But then what happens? You know, if you look at Russian history, the last revolution they've had in the sense of you know, a popular uprising revolution was the communist revolution in 1917. Since then, all the revolutions and changes of government have been behind closed doors in the Kremlin. So I've got to assume there's a lot going on behind closed doors in the Kremlin. And I've also got to assume that Putin can't let this go on. I mean, he cannot appear to be as weak as he now seems to be.
You know, KT, first of all, great to see you again. Couple things there. If you shoot the king, make sure he's dead, right? As you have to. Yeltsin to Putin, where they are now inside the Kremlin. And I think also that you have to look at the Wagner Group. When you look at it, they've lost something here as well. Even though there's a quote, you know, moving back, retreat, there's something missing here. There's a third piece missing.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it, David? I mean, why is the Wagner Group going to go do this, knowing that they were probably not going to succeed? That's a suicide mission. On the other hand, where are they going to go? Are they going to continue to fight in Ukraine? You know, Russia has an election coming up the same time we do in 2024, and there's a lot of dissatisfaction within Russia. The economy isn't as bad as it might have been, and as long as oil prices are high, Putin has the revenues to continue to fight. But Ukraine hasn't been a success, and everybody knows that, and the people who are feeling the brunt of that are the popular, you know, the average guy in the street, not the elites, not the people who have the big jobs in Moscow. And so where does this go election-wise? I mean, maybe the head of the Wagner Group thinks I'm going to, like, somehow run for president. Maybe I'm going to, me and Navalny, you know, the Russian dissident, maybe we're going to somehow mount an electoral challenge to Putin. I just think we've only started to see the ramifications of this, because it plays out in Ukraine, it plays out in the Kremlin, and it plays out on the battlefield.
KT, it's Lisa Booth here. It's great to see you. Is there a chance that we're just not being told the truth, that perhaps this is a false flag operation of some sort? It just doesn't really add up to allegedly shoot down 7 planes and helicopters to get so close to Moscow and then retreat because you don't want blood to be shed when you're a mercenary for hire and a warlord who has fought in something like 30 countries. So, you know, there's a lot that doesn't add up to me with this.
Yeah, and you know, a false flag operation, that's not out of the range of possibility. If you're Putin right now, you're looking for scapegoats. You've been looking for scapegoats for the Ukraine war. And he's not fired the senior military leadership. He's replaced some of them, but not the top guys, not the defense minister, not the equivalent of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. So maybe Putin is looking to this and say, well, this now gives me an excuse to go after the guys who are losing the Ukraine war, because we've had to bring in the Wagner Group to fight for us because our own military isn't any good. So maybe there's a false flag there. I just don't think we've seen all the pieces of this puzzle yet. We're still trying to figure it out. And the people who think they know the answers, I don't think know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
KT, it's Kat. So as you said, this is not over, and I completely agree. It's been a little bit of whiplash today from one thing to the next. What are you going to be looking for going into next week with this?
What I'm going to look for is to see if anything happens in Ukraine. The Ukrainian spring offensive, which hasn't been going all that well. What happens to that? Are the Russians going to continue to fight? Is the Wagner Group going to continue to be involved? What happens on the battlefield of Ukraine? Then the other thing I'm going to look at is where are all the senior military leadership in Russia a week from now, a couple of days from now? Is somebody going to mysteriously die? Is somebody going to be replaced in office? The other thing I'm going to look at is, Putin's managed to get rid of almost everybody who might be a political challenger to his rule. He's been in office for over 20 years. But is there somebody we don't know about who might be coming up potentially to challenge Putin? I don't think it comes out in front of the Kremlin. I think it comes out behind Kremlin's doors, so that suddenly we're going to see some new leader that people are going to rally around. We'll have to, again, stay tuned.
All right, KT, thanks so much. Fascinating time. It reminds me when Yeltsin was sitting on top of a tank trying to save Gorbachev's job. That was crazy then. We'll see what happens now.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.